Hey, my name is Tony.
My name is Josh, and welcome to the BitBros Show.
That was a lot better.
It took us a while, but
yeah, it took us a little bit, but that was okay. I like it. All right, so
what is it that we do on the BitBros Show, Tony?
Okay, so let's actually talk about that real quick. So the BitBros Show is going to be a show where we talk about film stuff. We might eventually start talking about gaming stuff too. It's still like a tentative thing. So today we're going to be talking about some of the new movies coming out. We're going to be talking about some of the film news going around, and even a little funny rumor that we heard about. And we're also going to review It.
Not this one.
Yeah, the new It.
The very brand new one that came out.
Yeah, so basically the way this show is going to be working, and since this is the first video, we're going to explain this. Every Friday we're going to watch a movie, or every Thursday we're going to watch a movie, and on Friday we're going to have a review for that movie. We're going to have some news of that week, and then we're going to recommend a movie that you should watch that we will discuss in the next week's segment.
Let's talk about Disaster Artist. So, Tony, did you know about the Disaster Artist until this trailer came out?
No, so I just found out that they were making this. If anybody out there has watched The Room, if you haven't watched The Room, watch it. It's great.
No, it's a classic. It's one of the worst films ever made. But
yeah,
it is so bad, it's so good.
Exactly.
It's one of those type of movies. The thing about it that makes it so great is Tommy Wiseau in it. He just sells it, and you think that he knows he's being terrible, but he's not.
Exactly.
He's just so and it's so awful to be so mean to the guy.
It is
because like for us, we're filmmakers, so it's like, oh no, we make crap sometimes too.
Yeah, right.
But
we want to be respectful.
He wanted this.
But he really wanted this
passionate
to be the way it was. And man, that movie was just gold.
And
it wasn't good, but it was still gold.
No, it's gold. All right,
it is gold. It's gold. It's amazing.
Gold.
It's gold.
This is based on a book written by the guy who starred with Tommy Wiseau, his friend in the movie, who slept with Lisa and all that stuff.
The antagonist almost.
The antagonist. You know who the antagonist? Lisa's the antagonist.
You sure about that?
That is true. Yes.
And I'm not gonna tell you more about the plot, but basically it's based on the book and it's about the behind the scenes of The Room and how it became what it was. And the reason why I find this so great is the Franco brothers, James Franco and Dave Franco, are playing both of these characters. And you got Seth Rogen, you got I even heard Tommy Wiseau's in it.
Anyways, another movie that's coming out, apparently Liam Neeson's final action movie. Liam Neeson's retiring from action movies. Yeah.
Now I'm so used to seeing that guy in action films ever since the early 2000s. He's been doing these action films. And
he's retiring from them. But this last one looks like it's gonna be he's gonna end on a high note.
Yeah, it looks like so it's done by the director who did The Shallows and I think Nonstop, which was the fucking plane movie, right? Where Liam Neeson was on the plane.
Stop.
Yeah, I believe it is. You can look it up while I'm talking. Okay. Actually, it's crazy because this one looks like it's a thriller, of course. It's a thriller action, and it has the main villain. This is the important thing I want to talk about. The main villainess in it is Vera Farmiga, the Lorraine Warren from The Conjuring, and yeah, it is the plane movie. Actually, I just saw it right there.
Yeah.
And man, like. This looks intense. It looks really fun.
That's awesome.
I'm not a huge fan of action films. Like I do think they overstate their welcome sometimes. But this reminds me a little bit of The Source Code. So yeah, okay. Enough about the movie trailers. Let's talk about new movie news in general. Good things just happened basically today. J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams is back, guys. So basically, Colin Trevorrow, I hope I'm saying that right.
I think it's Colin Trevorrow, yeah.
Did I say Colin?
I said Colin.
I meant to say Colin, too. I don't know why I said Colin. Anyways, Colin Trevorrow was the director for episode 9, as you guys knew, but he dropped out and he dropped off the project, and everybody was thinking oh, who's going to be the director for this movie now? And so J.J. Abrams, the director of Star Wars Episode 7, came back, and he's going to direct Star Wars Episode 9.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I like Force Awakens. I don't think Force Awakens issues lied in the directing. I think it's issues that people complain about, by the way, because I actually did like that movie. But I think it's the issues that movie had were in more in the written aspect of the movie. I think it was the way that was written that had people upset, not the direction of them.
The thing about J.J. Abrams is
lens flares.
No, not literally. I'm just saying we just got Rian Johnson. Right, we have Ryan Johnson in episode 8. I mean, I see Looper over there. Like, I see it over behind the camera, Tony.
Yeah, that's actually true. I have Looper out because I wanted to rewatch that one recently.
Ryan Johnson, in my eyes, is a better director. Like, literally, guy is a better writer and a better director. And I feel as if he's going to capture a lot more in episode 8. Like, it's going to be much more of its own thing. And episode 9 being the finale, right? I kind of want something fresh as well. I feel as if I want a different director in general. So it feels a little like, to me, like, well, I guess it's safe and you need someone you can trust last minute, but I would have much preferred if they got someone else.
Right, so yeah, so it's like it was a safe answer, but it wasn't a risky answer, and that's probably what it could have been a fresher director, somebody new, somebody that we can get in here to do something different.
Yeah, because
instead of just getting the same guy we got before, because that's the safe choice.
And he could probably learn from his faults from episode 7 as well. It's just I was expecting someone else entirely. Like, I feel as if Star Wars, everyone deserves a chance. Like, it always goes down to, like, for instance, with Gareth Edwards with Rogue One, with Phil Lord and Phil and Max Lord from, Han Solo. They got replaced, and now it's Ron Howard. And even Gareth Edwards got replaced somewhat in the reshoots with the other guy who did all the cinematography. I feel as if Lucasfilm or Kathleen Kennedy, the person in charge, the producer, it's just like there's so many director changes that I'm wondering as if there's a lot of like backstage like politics going on in Lucasfilm at the moment. Moving away from Star Wars, one of my favorite subjects. We're gonna go to DC, other backstage fucking uproar where everything in DC Extended Universe and Warner Bros. Just shit face. It's all over the table.
Yes.
One good news came out of it. So, Patty Jenkins, Wonder Woman. She's coming back to direct, write, and produce. Best decision this company has fucking done.
I mean, I haven't. Okay, so first I wanna say that I haven't watched Wonder Woman yet, and I know it's killing me. Wonder Woman is my second favorite superhero or DC superhero of all time, and like I really wanted to see that movie when it was coming out, but I didn't get the opportunity to watch it. And now the sequel's already being produced and stuff, and I'm still here. I'm sitting. I haven't even seen the first one yet. But from what I hear, it's DC's best movie. It's the best movie that came from this DC Extended Universe.
That's very true. Yes, I actually totally agree with that. It's got heart. It's got it has well-written characters that you fucking totally get behind. Unlike Man of Steel and Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad.
And basically any other movie from the DC Extended Universe.
Those 3 movies, yeah. And it basically has a good score. It has good direction, good set design. It's a very well-made picture.
And Patty Jenkins made that possible.
Patty Jenkins made that possible. She's also responsible for the movie Monster with Charlize Theron, where she plays a serial killer.
Yes, and I know exactly the movie you're talking about.
That was the last movie she's directed until Wonder Woman.
Wow,
she retired from.
That's a lot of time. That's like that movie came out like in 2007, I think.
Yeah, she retired.
It's like 10 years.
She came back for Wonder Woman. She started a family. She started her own life, and she came back for this. And
it was great. After
she did this Wonder Woman movie that turned out to be a fucking huge success, because I remember watching the trailers like, I'm afraid.
I was so excited for this Wonder Woman movie because I love that arc. I love the arc of when Wonder Woman goes through World War II, right?
It's supposed to be World War II, and this one's World War I.
It was World War I. That's why I was confused. So, and then she falls in love with a man, and I'm not gonna say anything else. I don't want to spoil it. I know the story. I haven't seen the movie, but I'm assuming the movie's gonna be that story.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. So for the final part, we're going to talk about the movie we watched this week. So we watched the new...
Not Tim Curry's it. We're talking about...
Brian's. I forget his last name.
No, it's Bill Skarsgård.
Oh, it's Bill... Oh.
Brian.
I'm so bad with name, guys.
Yeah, no,
this is the first episode. Just watch how bad it gets. Watch. By episode 50, you guys are going to be like, wow, this guy really is bad with names.
It's like Tony doesn't know the names and Josh knows them.
Yeah, I am really bad with names. I always trust this guy to tell me the names.
So, who directed the new It? I think you know this. Come on.
I forget his name. Andres, the guy who directed Mama. Well, Andres, I forget his last name.
Sammy G? Fuck, I butchered the name.
Alright, let me put it. Yeah.
No, this guy, wow.
Amazing. I watched Mama the other day, and I felt like that movie doesn't hold up the way, like, as much as this. What the hell did I put? It director? I meant to. Wow, that was.
Type it on Google and see what you get.
Yeah.
You won't get the movie. Stephen King, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Andres Put that name on the fucking
Muschietti. Muschietti.
That's actually good. That's actually not bad.
Muschietti, I think.
Okay.
Andres Muschietti. He's an amazing director, by the way. Mama, again, it was not a bad movie. It's a decent horror movie. It has really, really good moments in it. It has some cliches, but that's okay. The ending is amazing. Oh, the ending was really good. I think the ending was the best part of it.
I like the premise.
I'm not gonna tell you about I'm not gonna spoil the ending because it's really good. But yeah, the new It movie. So what did you think, Josh?
I'm gonna be the one guy that ruins everyone's dreams out on the internet. It's 1,000 times better than the miniseries. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna be that guy.
All right, so I'm gonna be the guy who says, if you like Pennywise, if you like It, if you like the story, you read the book, or you want to read the book, watch both. Watch the miniseries and watch the new movie. I think the new movie was better because the new movie was basically the first half of the old movie.
Yeah.
And they did it so much better. There's only some moments that I will agree. Tim Curry stole the show a little bit more than the new Pennywise stole the show. I will agree. But that doesn't give. But the movie is structured so much better than the old one.
And it even has a different tone.
And the tone is actually scary.
Yeah.
All right. So Pennywise.
Let's talk about Pennywise. Okay. So you compare Tim Curry to Bill Skarsgård.
Okay.
Tim Curry is iconic. He is definitely the best thing about the miniseries. He's
exactly
this sadistic yet freaking dark-humored clown.
He's the only reason you can even compare this movie to the old one.
Yeah,
he's the only reason.
If he was not in the miniseries,
then forget about it.
The movie sucks.
The movie would be bad. Exactly, I agree.
Or in that miniseries,
right?
Bill Skarsgård in this is not up in front and center like how Tim Curry was.
He's less funny.
He's dark.
He's darker.
He's darker.
He's got dark humor.
Yeah, exactly. Him with Bill Skarsgård, he is more so the embodiment of what terror is. He's out there to literally get under your skin.
But he matches the tone of the movie.
Exactly, and that's why
it works so well.
If you're throwing this guy into the miniseries,
yeah, it wouldn't work.
And if you throw that Pennywise into this,
exactly, that's exactly what it is. It wouldn't work. And the whole point of the new Pennywise and the reason that the new Pennywise is so good, you could actually compare him to Tim Curry, is because they kind of they revolved the movie around Pennywise almost. Like the tone is like revolved around him, and it works so well.
It's fear.
Exactly.
But yes, Bill Skarsgård did a great job, and I want to see more of him because there will be a part 2. That's not a spoiler. There will be a chapter 2 to this.
There is a chapter 2 coming. We knew it was a chapter 2 coming before the movie even came out.
Yeah, it's even actually in some countries it's called Chapter 1, The Losers Club.
Right.
That's what it's called.
You're right.
So I'm looking forward to seeing more Bill Skarsgård, and honestly, I think he knocked it out of the park. And hopefully people could recognize that he did such a good job because you could tell he put so much into that character. All right.
Second point.
Second point's the kids. I want to talk about the kids.
Kids.
The kids make up this movie.
They were better than the kids in the first movie. And let me tell you, I love the kids in the first movie. I love them. Seth Green, probably one of the best in that movie, which is actually funny because the
new kid from Stranger Things, Will,
is the best one.
In this one, yes.
Best one.
These kids talk like kids.
They're kids. The biggest surprise ever. When you watch a movie that has kids in it, you're almost always gonna think, wow, these kids are like they're barely kids. Like,
yeah, like Dakota Fanning from like War of the Worlds.
Yeah, like it's like, whoa, she's more adult than the brother.
More adult than the dad.
Yeah, exactly. But then like here you have these kids that are
just outright cursing and like just being kids.
It was great. That's actually, again, that's one of the best things about the new movie as well.
Who were your favorite kids out of this group?
Will and
so Richie and
oh wait, what's the other one?
Bill.
The fat kid, actually.
Oh, you like Ben?
I like Ben.
Yeah. Okay.
He was funny. He when he was like fun, he wasn't trying to be funny. He was funny because of like the situations.
Yeah.
Which I like. I also I want to like Mike. I really do. I feel like they didn't give him enough time in the movie, but I want to because like I feel like he has like a very strong like background.
Yes.
And they didn't do it. He didn't do enough. He didn't have enough screen time.
You're right. So that's a weak point of the film. Actually, that's a one weak point for me. Really, is like you have all these kids. Some of them are really, really like in the spotlight. Developed. Really well. And then there are some that are just in the background, like Stanley, who needed something. Because I don't want to get into it, that's spoiler. He needs something.
Yeah, he does.
He's an important character for part 2. he needs something.
And
so hopefully they somehow do it in part 2.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things about the movie that was a little.
It's like, rough. Damn, you kind of like sugarcoat this character and this character. Yeah. But yeah, I agree. Richie was the best one out of the kids. Best. I thought the girl that they chose for Beverly Marsh.
Oh, I forgot about Beverly. Beverly was great.
Beverly was by far probably one of the better child actors.
When it came to performance, she was actually number 1.
Yeah, she
was the best. She was best performance.
Yeah, she's fantastic, and like. Even Bill's really good. The kid with the stutter, Georgie's brother.
The stutter was actually a stutter. I want to point that out because
you want for that clip in the bottom.
In this movie, we might actually put the clip in there. In this movie, Bill does not have a stutter. There are two different. A stutter, and he has some other problem. That's not a stutter. It was very annoying to watch. It's kind of cringy actually.
Sure.
So the last point I wanted to talk about was visual effects, because visual effects, it's like. There's gonna be people that it's gonna work for some people and it's not gonna work for others. And see, here's the thing. One thing that the movie does a lot is a lot of the jump scares. They do this strange thing where like they put Pennywise's face.
Oh, they distort the whole image.
But everything is distorted except for his head.
Oh, you jump scares, or you mean scares?
In general, whenever he just pops out and he starts running or something.
Yeah.
And for me, it works. I think it's actually really, really good.
Emphasize how weird he was.
Exactly. It makes you feel uncomfortable, and it's weird. And it was definitely a risk that they took doing that special effect, and I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the good things about the movie. There's a lot of CGI though.
Yeah, it's heavy on CGI.
It's a little heavier on CGI than I was expecting, and I think that's one of the things that I think on my second watch. Because we only watched it once because of the hurricane.
I definitely want to see it again.
Yeah, I know. You had the opportunity to, but if it wasn't for the hurricane. Anyways, I feel like a second watch, I'm going to look at the CGI and I'm going to be like, well, some of that CGI is a little rough.
Or maybe you're okay with it.
Or maybe I'm okay with it, and I hope I am. Because that's one thing I'm worried about. So, as you know, in the very beginning of the book, in the very beginning of both movies, there is the Georgie scene. The Georgie scene in this one was a little CGI'd. I'm not gonna say why. I don't want to spoil it because it was pretty big in my opinion. But it was a little CGI.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I felt it. I was like, whoa, that CGI is a little CGI.
But it did the risk that I wanted. And that's why it got me to go like this.
Me too. I had my mouth open the whole time too.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't have more tea. It was great. It was great.
So I agree with you. Some of the visual effects were a little lacking.
Yeah.
But I feel as if some of them worked too.
Yeah. Some of the CGI worked. Not all of it, but some of the CGI worked.
But yeah, in conclusion, I think we both really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I give it like a really positive rating in general. Like, go see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, good news for the horror franchise.
Yeah. All right, so our final segment, every week we do this. We do, well, actually, before I do that, do you want to add anything about it?
No, I just loved it.
Okay, awesome. I loved it too. All right, so now this is the point of the video where we talk about what you should watch. So basically what we're going to be doing, and I don't know if I already discussed this, but if I didn't, I'm going to discuss it now. At the end of first Fridays, this is going to be the first Friday, we talk about a movie that you should watch, the viewer should watch. And then next week, we'll talk about, we'll do a segment called Did You Watch It? And it's where we talk about the movie with full spoilers if you want to stick around and see the movie. If you watch the movie, sorry. And you can leave a comment down below and talk about the movie so we can, we could all have a discussion. So this week's movie is... right here.
Oh, the one that kept falling the whole time?
Yeah, it kept falling the whole time. This is like rough. The Orphanage. So this is a movie. Let me get the person who directed this.
J.A. Bayona, right?
Yeah, J.A. Bayona directed this movie.
It's super funny that you actually threw this in. Because the only time I ever saw this because of you.
Yeah, I love this movie. It's a tearjerker. But it's a horror movie, and since we're in the
horror mood, this is a really good recommendation in my opinion. I think everybody should watch this movie. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. Quick note, Del Toro produced this.
Oh yeah.
It's got his influence on it.
I think it says it right there. Guillermo del Toro presents The Orphanage. Fair warning, this movie is in Spanish only. It is a Spanish movie. It was made in Spain. It got imported to the US, but it is only in Spanish, so you need to watch it with English subtitles. If you want to check it out, trust me, it is worth reading subtitles. It is worth it. It is so good. All right, so next week the movie we're gonna watch is gonna be Mother.
Mother, yes.
It's another horror movie, so this guy's gonna be sticking with us next week. I hope it does good, and I guess we'll find out. We'll be talking about that one next week. So we'll see you next time.
All right.